Life is full of experiences. Some are joyful, some are painful. Buddhism teaches that suffering is a part of life. We can't avoid it, but we can understand its causes and find a way to be free. This is where the three poisons come in. They are the root of our suffering. The three poisons are ignorance, attachment, and aversion. These poisons cloud our minds and lead us away from peace. Think of the three poisons like toxins. They contaminate our thoughts, words, and actions. They create a cycle of suffering that can be hard to break free from. But there is hope. By understanding these poisons, we can start to heal. We can find true and lasting happiness. Buddhism offers practical ways to deal with these poisons. Through mindfulness, meditation, and understanding, we can transform our suffering. We can find peace. This essay will explore each poison in detail. We'll learn how they impact our lives. We'll also discover ways to overcome them and live more fulfilling lives. Ignorance, the first poison, is like a blindfold. It obscures our true nature and the reality around us. It's not about lacking information, it's about misunderstanding the way things truly are. We misunderstand impermanence. We think things last forever when they don't. We cling to the idea of a separate self when everything is connected. Imagine a child crying over a broken toy. The child's grief comes from not understanding that things change and break. This is ignorance at play. It causes us to grasp at illusions. We chase after fleeting pleasures and avoid inevitable pain. This ignorance leads to suffering. We build our happiness on shaky ground. When things inevitably change, we suffer. We feel lost and confused. This is the result of not seeing clearly. But there's a way out. By cultivating wisdom, we can remove the blindfold of ignorance. We begin to see the world as it truly is, impermanent and interconnected. This understanding brings us closer to peace. Attachment, the second poison, is like a chain that binds us to suffering. It's the clinging to things we find pleasurable. Possessions, relationships, even ideas. We crave them. We believe they will bring us lasting happiness, but this happiness is conditional. It depends on these things staying the same. Imagine a person obsessed with their new phone. They derive all their happiness from it. But phones break, get lost, or become outdated. When this happens, the person suffers. Their happiness was dependent on something impermanent. Attachment keeps us trapped in a cycle of craving and aversion. We chase after what we want and push away what we dislike. This constant struggle creates suffering. The key to overcoming attachment is not to renounce worldly pleasures. It's about changing our relationship with them. We can enjoy things without clinging. We can appreciate their beauty while understanding their impermanence. This shift in perspective can free us from the chains of attachment. Aversion, the third poison, is like a shield that keeps us separate. It arises from our fear of unpleasant experiences. It's the resistance we feel towards pain, discomfort, or anything we dislike. We push these things away. We wish they didn't exist. This could be anything from disliking a certain food to harboring anger towards someone. We convince ourselves that by pushing these things away, we'll find peace. But this avoidance only creates more suffering. Imagine someone who avoids all social gatherings because of social anxiety. They believe they're protecting themselves from discomfort, but this avoidance also shuts them off from connection and joy. Aversion keeps us trapped in a cycle of fear and isolation. It prevents us from experiencing the fullness of life. To overcome aversion, we need to cultivate compassion and acceptance. This doesn't mean we have to enjoy unpleasant experiences. It means we meet them with openness and kindness rather than resistance. We acknowledge their presence without letting them control us. This allows us to move through life with more ease and peace. In summary, aversion is a barrier to peace. By facing our fears with compassion and acceptance, we can break free from the cycle of suffering and embrace the fullness of life.